Oh hey, oh hi there. This is Blick ASMR. How you doing? I thought today something that would be nice is kind of a little partially fall, partially Halloween, kind of show and tell on some items that I have around my house that we are using as decoration. I don't know if you can tell, I go hard on holidays primarily because there's no reason not to be goofy and kitschy and just enjoy things, to be quite honest. I used to be afraid of doing that, to be blunt, but that's just more so. I think I used to care a little bit too much about what other people thought of me when I was younger, and now I got too much going on to really care, and I have too much enthusiasm to try and hide that. Being a very overzealous person, I know, can be very grating on other people, but people absolutely love it when you go out for holidays, so I guess this is kind of me in my element a bit. But let me just, I had to make sure the mic was on. It's right in the front, so I can't see it when it's on my side. That'd be awful if I had started recording without it actually working. But without further ado, I'd like to show you some things that are very near and dear to me. First one we've got here. Oh, he's begging. Actually made a pretty good sound, at least on my end. So I've got here a little bit better on this side. This little guy. We've had him for I think a couple of years. He's obviously made of tin, as you can hear. He's very cute. He does this little wibble wobble. I'm gonna be quite honest, I don't even remember where I got him, but I love him. He's the best. I love getting him out every year. I find that you kind of forget what decorations you have throughout the year, so then when you like break out the box or anything, we have tubs for each holiday. When you break it out, then you're like, oh, I remember you. Oh, I love you. And that's how I feel about this little fella here. I don't know if this is picking up on camera. Oh, it is a bit. He's got these beautiful little rosy cheeks too. He's very cute, very endearing, and if you have family that does not celebrate Halloween, and believe we do, I don't know, I only have one family member. I'm married into a big family, but if you do, this is a very neutral item because while he is a little crow, he's got his little hat and he's got his little leaves. It's very cute. Let's put him over there. The next one I have is right here. Me. So this is a little skull. He's a little plastic skull. I know I'm saying everything is he today. I don't get it, but I have this little plastic skull, and I like to imagine if this was someone with an actual face, because it'd be very off-centered, much like mine, due to me breaking my nose 3 times. I don't know if I've ever even said that. I literally have to get surgery done on that sometime soon, because I can't breathe out of one side of my nose when I sleep. Although I can breathe out the other side perfectly fine, so it's great. I have to get something called a septoplasty. Ooh, that's a nice word. Septoplasty. Just right up here. I think you can see it based off of like coming straight down my face. It's slightly off, but life is life, you know. Who cares? I'll get it done eventually. But coming back to this, got this little skull here with a little bit of a messed up face, just like its owner. We got this at Foy's in Fairborn, Ohio. I lived there when I was really young, so we took a trip and ended up passing through. And I used to get their jelly beans all the time. So the entire store, Foy's, there's 3 separate stores that are still in circulation. So there's the regular Halloween store. There is they have like a special effects, like the really high tech, like pyrotechnic and everything. I'm forgetting the word. Whenever you see like the little robots that, like, there's that It one that you've seen this year more than likely, that like has a kid like trying to like scare children. I think animatronics. The animatronics are in another store, and then they have another one that is actually just like a cafe, like a little bar and grill sort of thing, that has a really good pizza burger that I had when I was really young. I can't eat that now, unfortunately, because of celiac, but I used to go down there all the time and get their jelly beans when I was really young, and fall is my favorite time of year in Fairborn because they went all out. The owner's house was completely surrounded by decorations that would pop back out at you, so it was nice. I have some very fond memories from living there, definitely. I met a lot of really great people. Unfortunately, I moved all the time when I was young, so we lived in Fairborn like 3 separate times in different areas of the city. But I'd always go to Foy's and get the jelly beans every single time. So when we went on a trip and passed through there, of course I got a giant bag of them. Of course. Yeah, and we got this one here, this skull, while we were there. So nice fond memories with this one. Next one. I just got this his eye is coming off. Their eye. I need to be better with gender neutral pronouns. I'm getting there. I'm gonna say good as new for about 3 seconds and the eye's gonna fall out. I've got this little owl here. So I want to say I just got this little one in Home Goods, but he's too cute not to involve, and to be quite honest, it's a very good item to transition into Christmas because of the coloring, because that's red and that's green. And while it is a little kooky, like a little barn owl, at the same time, it's a nice transition to Christmas. And also, I mean, cute, just cute, nice sounds, nice burlap on the bottom here for a little bit of a rustic vibe. It was just a very good purchase. I had to involve this one just because of that crunching that you can get right there. On to the next. So some people are going to kind of recognize what this is. Aside from a pumpkin, of course. So I got this at Universal Orlando, going to the Harry Potter World section, which my father actually helped work on the is from the top of the little pumpkin. Is it pumpkin beer, pumpkin soda? I don't actually know. I can't remember because it's actually been a bit. I got this little guy here. When we ended up going, I want to say one thing. Nobody that is involved in this is going to watch this video more than likely, but I need to speak my piece. I was told by a little, what was it? It wasn't PETA. I don't go to the website, but what is it? It was like Veg News or something. It was like, oh, you can go to Harry Potter World, get all these items vegan, including the butterbeer. And I looked forward to it going there. So we ended up going on a trip down to Florida and ended up going there while we were down there. And lo and behold, you literally have to have the whipped cream on top of the butterbeer. Like I think it's heavy cream. Because of some licensing agreement that Universal has with Harry Potter. There's a licensing agreement that keeps you from actually making any changes whatsoever to the drink, which is the dumbest thing I have ever heard. It is completely not accessible for a huge portion of the population that is lactose intolerant, including myself. So usually, I guess I'm just gonna also come out and say I'm also vegan on top of it. That's for health reasons though. Just because I have a lot of stomach issues, everybody. But even there's a large portion of the population that can't do milk. And you are not gonna allow any substitution whatsoever for people that are coming into the park, including even the going to the restaurants. It was about the same thing. So the only thing we got was this. So unfortunately, well, I love this because I was like, oh, that little pumpkin soda was fantastic. And I was able to get that. It kind of, it was like a little fall time treat. It's a little bitter. Apologies for going off on a little tangent there. Next item here is not full. It is just a decorative bottle, I will say. This is an Angry Orchard bottle of cider, the straw man type specifically. I think we got this probably about 3 to 5 years ago. Probably three years ago. And it has this beautiful pattern on the front with the straw man, of course. But also, you can't really see. Oh, you can a little bit. It's picking up a little bit on camera. It's got this really nice spooky yellow in the background. It's just made out of, I guess it would be a relief technically, right there. And then you can see here, it's bottled by Angry Orchard in Cincinnati, Ohio. It has sulfites in it, which I can no longer have, so I can't drink anymore. I'm also on medication where I can't drink anymore, so boo-hoo, but I remember memories fondly with this one. And we've had this bottle for years because it's very fall themed with the straw man. And up here it has this nice little bitten apple with the Cider House collection and a nice little cork up at the top. This nice little black cork with some, I guess that would technically be, it looks like a Baroque girl up at the top. It's a very nice bottle though. Oh, that's nice. That's very nice. Next item here. I'm saving my favorite story for last. this nice little skull in here. What is supposed to be, kind of, I'm not sure if it's supposed to be dead grass or moss, but either way it works. Down the bottom with this nice skull, little topaz colored eyes there, and a little tombstone. Maybe it's the skull's tombstone. Maybe so. It's this nice little bell-shaped ornament. It has black tinsel at the bottom and a nice little, as you can see, the shape. It's got this wooden black bottom that has little cutouts here and there. It is plastic up here at the top, which I'm actually very thankful for because we did drop it one time and I would not want to lose it. And again, this is a nice transition piece going from Halloween into just November, which is, I like November, and I think November is the most fall themed month because it's kind of the really cold, bitter part of fall. But everybody always focuses on Christmas only in November, and it makes me a bit sad that there's not as many fall festivities in November when fall doesn't even begin until September 22nd. And a lot of fall festivities are at the beginning of September when it's still hot. So, I usually like to have things that transition that we can just have up and around that are a reminder of fall, but also kind of transition us into winter, into the Christmas season. Alright, I have my last item here. So this is a pumpkin. So this right here, make sure I get it in shot. There it is. Oh, and you can kind of see its secrets peeking out here. This pumpkin I got at the Circleville Pumpkin Show up in Circleville, Ohio, near Columbus. I don't know if you can tell, I used to live in Ohio as well. More in Pennsylvania, Ohio. I lived in Michigan for a bit, Florida. I've lived all over, pretty much. All over the Midwest as well, pretty much. But I got this at the Circleville Pumpkin Festival. It's a pumpkin festival or pumpkin show. I believe it's a pumpkin show because there is a pumpkin showing, which we ended up going as a result of hearing about the Circleville letters. So we wanted to go to, this creepy fall pumpkin show. It was not great, and I have no, as they say, no tea, no shade to Circleville, but I could not eat pretty much anything there. The only thing there was hot cider that was it was like the packaged type, not actual like hot cider. You can tell the difference, so we ended up just picking up a giant jug of cider and then making it in our hotel room with just warming it up. But we went. There are a lot of rides, but they're only really for kids. The parade was nice. Definitely, I would say that was the highlight, is the parade. The actual pumpkins are great. We met a lot of really nice people there. People were very friendly when we went there, but it was so hard to park as well. We went to this little shop that had very cheap movies, and I love a good bad movie that's just not well made whatsoever, because I know that there's been a trend of that since The Room and everything, which I actually did get to see a live showing of The Room and meet Greg Sestero at one point, but I know everybody likes The Room and ends up thinking that's the best worst movie ever, best bad movie. So there's been a resurgence in liking bad movies. I've been into it for years. The cornier and the more campy a movie is, I love it. But that's mostly just because the same thing I was saying see, it's actually kind of nice to see people break kind of rules of a good movie, because it does kind of remind you, for one, why those rules are in place, but two, that if you know the rules and you do well at them, it's okay to break them. But if you do that ahead of time, perhaps it's not the best thing. But I also want to point out one last thing here with this pumpkin, because we got it at this little store. Talked to the owner and everybody. They were the sweetest people. This is made of toilet paper, and you can see right on the bottom, the fluff inside of it is all toilet paper, and then the top of this is also toilet paper. It just has burlap wrapped around it, and it's hot glued down. It's actually very well made as well, and it was very cheap, because materials, they didn't really have to sell it at a very expensive price, but I had to get one because I realized it was made of toilet paper, and I was like, well, if worse ever comes to worse. But also, what a great story, and what a great item, you know. So I hope that you liked this. I apologize if anyone thought this was a lot of talking. I guess I have things to say, I don't know. It could have a lot more to do with wanting to reach out and communicate a little bit more because of quarantine. As I've been inside since March, so I haven't really broke quarantine except to go to the store, and we went to a coffee place one time because it was coffee day, and it's a local business, and I don't want them to shut down, but we went with like a mask and hand sanitizer. You pick it up at the counter and you should immediately leave. You have to order ahead. But I've been inside this entire time, so I don't know, maybe I just want to kind of almost word vomit out some things to other people. I guess, why don't, instead of giving me just feedback in the comments, why don't you let me know a nice fall story or a nice Halloween story that you've had in your life? You know, I'll definitely comment back. I'll read it. I'll let you know